together, as Leonardo has lived in Rachel's garden for 13 years. Well, last summer, though Leonardo must have wondered more adventure in his life because he wandered off. Rachel was stunned and nervous and launched a social media campaign to find Leonardo, fearing he wouldn't survive the cold of the winter. After 9 months of mystery, Leonardo was reunited with Rachel. 9 months. He got away 1 mile from the house and was found by a man walking his dog. The man took Leonardo to a pet shop, and after a few internet searches, Rachel was contacted. Rachel was thrilled to be united with Leonardo and proud for him being so tough. He has a very comfortable life for 13 years under a heat lamp in my house, said Rachel. But we didn't think he was going to survive the winter because he was out for the first time.
He was out practicing tourism.
Sorry, I was dozing. I guess I am sleepy, the dwarf. I felt like you were telling me a bedtime story.
Yes.
I mean, I was mesmerized.
Cool,
it was like you were telling a bedtime story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I needed some more milk. And then he walked away, and they were reunited. I mean, just you were telling it in such a way. Well, you did, but it really, really, truly sounded like you were reading us a bedtime story.
For a high right now, kind of chilly though, 48.
All right, there's a new health trend on TikTok. And I don't know if y'all have heard about this one, but it is drinking okra water. You heard about this?
I have not.
Okra water. Yeah, people say that if you chop up okra, you soak it in water overnight and then drink it in the morning, that it has all kinds of benefits. They say from helping with pregnancy, which, man, I stay away from that. I don't want to get pregnant, man. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So that's how that happens. Oh, my gosh.
Who knew?
But yeah, it says it helps with pregnancy to managing diabetes in order to improve your gut health and your skin. But here's the deal. That's what they're saying. And it is all over TikTok. It's a trend, okra water. But they say while drinking it certainly won't hurt you. And they say if it helps you boost your daily water intake, then great, that's fine. But experts say that you will not get the fiber from the okra that you would get from just eating the okra. So they say, look, if you're into the taste and texture of okra water, go for it. Not going to hurt you. And it just maybe it helps you with your drinking water, but don't count on it to deliver a lot of magical health benefits or anything either. So
Okay, so I doubt that they're referring to putting fried okra in water. So
I would
it's
doubt it, yeah.
Probably the form they cut it up.
right,
I'm sorry, it's slimy.
yeah, it is, but it's pretty good though.
I have to have it blistered or fried.
Yeah.
I can't eat it raw.
I like it fried.
Yeah, see, fried okra is one of the greatest pleasures in life.
Yes.
That's a good stuff right there.
I remember my Aunt Aura made me eat boiled okra one time, and I did not touch okra
Really?
for a decade.
See, I can eat boiled okra. I can eat fried okra. I like okra. Pickled okra. Have you ever had that?
Yeah,
That's
I'm not.
good.
Yeah, I don't really. Pickled okra.
Shannon probably likes the pickled okra.
Oh, she
right?
likes
'Cause
pickles.
She's
yeah.
the pickles
yeah,
person.
she definitely does.
So what about? So what would you rather have? Like the okra water or like cucumber water?
Ooh, cucumber water.
Why though?
Because I've had it and it's good.
Oh, okay.
I like the flavor of it.
Reason
It's just
enough.
very refreshing.
Yeah, it doesn't really have a lot of flavor. I don't.
Does
think,
it make
but
you
I
pregnant
guess
too?
No, it doesn't. Okay. You're good. Yeah,
okay,
you're
good.
good.
I'll do that one.
No, I'm with you. Really, I would probably. I wouldn't. I mean, it's not that I wouldn't try the okra water. I just kind of, to me, it's kind of like why ruin good okra when you can throw it in a skillet and fry it up and really get the healthful benefits of fried food, you know? So, but cucumber water, yeah, I mean, I've had that. That's all right. Or water with a little bit of lemon in it or something. I mean, it's kind of refreshing as well, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. TikTok trends. Keeping our finger on the pulse of TikTok trends in case you're not on TikTok and you're always constantly wondering, hey, what are the trends on TikTok? Well, now you know. It's okra water.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Be part of the gang this morning. Text or call 806-900-9630.
Jeff, Mudflap and the Gang.
96.3 KLLL. Red, white, and blue through and through.
Come on.
KLLL. You ready? Let's go. Yeah, turn it up.
Jeff, Mudflap, and the Gang, featuring Colleen. 96.3 KLLL.
I would believe it.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
It is.
But I am going to believe it. Okay. Big news from Salt by Angie Crest Building on Broadway, one of our new favorite places. Chef Angie has opened up this place, and she had informed us the other day that she had added a massive 16-ounce American ribeye to the dinner menu, and it's stealing the show, apparently. It's amazing, and you had firsthand experience with that.
I do. We enjoyed that amazing steak Saturday night, and it is all that it's all the hype, and it is amazing.
And then also with that, it's the crispy Brussels sprouts and fluffy mashed potatoes. I mean, I've heard a lot of that. I haven't got to try this yet, but it's like even the Brussels sprouts.
The best Brussels sprouts I've ever had, and we're kind of Brussels sprouts connoisseurs when we go to restaurants.
Right.
You know, you always see, they say like drizzled and stuff, bacon, things like that, and which are good. But there's something about hers that just have the right crispness.
Yeah.
And I mean, we were all just mesmerized by how good it was.
Brussels sprouts done right.
Yes.
Is so right. Oh, yeah, those are good. I love Brussels
And then
sprouts.
the mashed, I can't even call it. Can't say mashed potato. It is. It's fluffy potatoes. It was just beautiful.
Okay, well, Chef Angie, next level food for sure. And so, yeah, that. And then also, she's also rolled out an exciting new wine list, which is available by the glass and the bottle, carefully selected to pair with the show-stopping steak we just talked about there. So she's added the 100-acre wines, and these are Napa wines. Napa, also obviously known as one of the great wine regions, not only just in America, but around the world. I mean, Napa is just one of those places. So she's got the 100-acre wines now. There is the Dreamer, which is the cab, and then there's the Diplomat, which is a red blend. Anyway, they both work really well with the steak and a lot of the food that's on the Salt by Angie menu. So check that out. Maybe a graduation party or prom. I know they're filling up, so if you haven't made your reservation yet, hurry up and do that for Salt by Angie. It makes a great place for a prom date or a graduation celebration. And they're now open on, I guess, Tuesday through Friday. 11 to 2 is the lunch time.
Mm-hmm.
And then now this month, I know Angie is opening up some extra dinner nights because of just the, so many things going on this month that require big celebrations and things. So there you go. Then in the evenings, they're open, I guess, Thursday and Friday, primarily between 5 and 9. But a few extra nights, just check and follow Angie on Facebook, and you'll keep up with all that. But great new place, though, in Lubbock. We needed a nice, new, delicious restaurant. And especially in a cool place like the Crest Building downtown. That's awesome, too. And what's that? You always talk about the tables,
The tables
isn't it cool how they're spread out?
Yes, you're not like sardines sandwiched in where you can hear your neighbor's conversation.
Right.
Because that kind of recently happened to us when we were at a restaurant and somebody overheard, kind of heard what we were talking about and they kind of chimed in and was like, oh, okay.
That's weird.
It doesn't happen, but it's all by Angie. She's got the table spread out, so you feel like you're having your own little dinner party.
Right, yeah. Everybody's not crammed in there. It's really nice. I mean, having some space. Man, people like their space sometimes, Especially out here, we're all used to our wide open spaces. Yeah, when you have to go in somewhere, it's all cramped up and it's like I like people to an extent, but I don't want people I don't know right there,
person,
right there sitting right next to me, listening to my conversation.
Yeah, that was kind of weird when that happened. I'm like, hello, who are you?
But no, another great benefit of Salt by Angie. It's just a nice atmosphere. Tables are all spread out. It's comfortable. It's very nice, very inviting. So if you haven't checked it out yet, Salt by Angie in the Crest Building downtown.
Wake up! Hear the Jeff Mudflap and the Gang podcast on the new Sonic KLLL mobile app. From the Dollar Western Wear Studio, this is Lubbock's country leader and home of Jeff, Mudflap, and the Gang.
Are we going to talk about this thing with Brad Paisley? Do you want to talk about that or not? Or should we talk about that somewhere else?
Let's just talk about that, not in the dirty laundry, because I've got a few other things.
You said that was great mom experience right there. That was really good. It's like, hey, can we go? Mom, can we go to the zoo? Well, why don't we just do some other things today? Why don't we have some other fun?
There's all kinds of
such
fun
a
out
great
there.
motherly way of saying that right there. I will just say it right here then. This is the crazy story. I don't know if you've heard about this or not, but So Brad Paisley, is a great guitar player, and he plays his guitar. He has a Fender Telecaster that he plays, and it's got that Paisley pattern on it. So this whole thing, it's so bizarre. So I'm trying to think where to start on this. I've got a friend. His name's Alan Cross, and I worked with this guy in radio in Oklahoma City, and just one of the coolest people I've ever known. And we've kept in touch all these years. And he's a guitar player. He collects guitars, and he's got a bunch of really cool vintage guitars. And he's also a collector of silk ties from like the 40s.
Okay.
Interesting, right? So, but that's one of the things we always, me being a radio and microphone collector and all, and he was into guitars, and so we actually had a little band we would play in Oklahoma City. And so fast forward here. This was probably, I don't know, it's been several months ago now. He had messaged me one day and said, "Hey, I'm working on something really cool with Brad Paisley. I think you'll think it's really cool." He said, "It's top secret right now. I just wanted you to know it's something really cool. So just keep watching." So I was like, "Wow, okay, Brad Paisley, what's he doing?" And how he got to know Brad Paisley, I'm not real sure. This is the friend. Alan wrote he's the one that wrote for Celebrity Deathmatch and pop-up videos on VH1. He's done some things for Saturday Night Live. Very witty, funny guy. And so he's been living out in Los Angeles. And so I think he must have met Brad Paisley just out there because, with Brad's wife being a, actress and all that. So anyway, just some background there. So one day, I guess Alan is on, it's like Craigslist or something, and he sees an ad for this. It's like this box or something. I'm still trying to sort out exactly what happened here, but this Paisley pattern is like covering this box, and he sees it. And knowing guitars like he does, he recognizes this Paisley foil. It's like foil wrap, I believe is what it is, and that's what they used on the Fender Telecaster Paisley guitars, like what Brad Paisley has. So he sees this, but it's blue instead of like pink like Brad Paisley has. But he sees it and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I think this is like the foil this foil wrap stuff." And so he ends up buying this dumb box or something with this on it, and he's able to get like a hairdryer or something and somehow get all this foil wrap off this box. And he figures there's enough there that could make like 3 of these Telecasters. Anyway, there's videos about it. You can find it on YouTube. Just look up Brad Paisley, Paisley guitar or 1967 Telecaster with Brad Paisley. I mean, you should be able to find it pretty easy. So they go through and talk a little bit about this story. There's going to be a longer form of this video, but just kind of laying out what happened. So Alan ends up getting this, and he recognizes how cool this is. One thing leads to another. He reaches out to Brad Paisley. Somehow they all get together, and he said, "Look, I'll give you this what I found, but I want one of these guitars." So that was kind of his payment for providing this. So Brad Paisley gets it. They end up making some of these 1967 because like Brad Paisley, I think he actually had, I believe, like a 1967 Telecaster, and he had an extra neck that he used for, and he put it together, makes this blue Paisley guitar now. So now Fender has come out with, I think they've made 67 of these.
Oh wow!
And just in commemoration of the 1967 Telecaster, which was one of the greatest guitars ever. And anyway, it's a fascinating story, and it's just so weird how this friend of mine is the one that found the Paisley pattern.
That's really cool.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you have to go. I've tried to explain it, but it's a lot going on there. So just you can look it up though on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's there. There's like I found like 3 different videos that are kind of referencing it. There's another guy that's kind of a guitar collector that kind of became involved in the whole thing as well. He has a video that he did about it. And then Brad Paisley is got one. And anyway, interesting story.
Oh, that is interesting.
So if you're interested in guitars and things like that, it's pretty cool. So
that is cool.
Thank you for bearing with me as I tried to explain that. But it's just it's a complicated story. But gosh, I just can't believe it's my friend Alan. It's the guy.
I know,
because they talk about it. So yeah, there's this guy named Alan Cross that found this. And I'm thinking, Yeah, this guy. That's my friend. What? Are you kidding me?
And I
mean,
know
yeah.
you.
I know him. Yeah.
Now
It's
you know
bizarre,
why
man.
I didn't want to talk about that story.
Yeah, I know.
you knew him. I don't.
I know. I just didn't want to steal your thunder if you had it in the
Thank you.
dirty laundry.
I do
was just
appreciate
trying to be
that consideration.
Yeah, and I appreciate your mom advice. Well, why don't we not do that? Let's do something else.
Well, yeah, that was one of the things as a mom, I kind of heard other kids when your children at a very early age say the word no, they heard that somewhere. And you see parents go, no, don't touch that. No, no. And that seems to be one of those words that kids use. And
No.
there was a friend of mine whose kid they just thought it was funny. I'm like, So I just chose to reroute instead of saying, no, don't touch that, or no. I just say, hey, that can be dangerous. Let's go play with this, or let's go do this. So I would just divert instead of using the word no.
I think Kathy and I used to do a lot of that. And you're right. That is much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just, because whenever you see a 2-year-old going, no,
Right.
no, and I'm not judging any parent out there, but that's just what I chose to do. Because, whenever they learn those words, and especially the inappropriate words, they heard it from someone. They didn't learn that. They didn't come programmed with that.
9 times out of 10, they heard it from their dad. But
Yeah.
nobody wants to admit that.
No, anyway. I was far from the perfect parent, but that was just one thing that I was able to, I just would redirect.
Right, because if you give them something, a positive thing to do, I totally get it. That's a great strategy there. So we'll have more parenting advice coming up this morning. Something else that's coming up, the ACMs are tomorrow night, and these are the ones that are on Prime, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Prime. Anyway, the categories, real quick here, let's, we've got a lot to get to here, but Entertainer of the Year tomorrow night, the ACMs. See what you think here. You've got Kelsey Ballerini, Luke Combs, Cody Johnson, Jelly Roll, Chris Stapleton, Morgan Wallen, and Lainey Wilson. They got 7 nominees for Entertainer of the Year. Now, that's a pretty tough category. You could look at this a lot of different ways. I feel like Luke Combs is sort of not exactly maybe taking the year off, but he's been kind of in a hiatus a little bit.
I don't think it'll be Luke Combs.
So I don't feel like he's the Entertainer of the Year this year. Kelsey Ballerini, she's on The Voice. I think she's doing a great job there. But song-wise, I don't know if she's really had anything truly amazing, I don't think. And I don't know. She didn't seem like Entertainer of the Year yet to me.
No, I agree.
Do you agree with that? Okay.
Yeah.
So now we get it down to 5. Cody Johnson, Jelly Roll, Chris Stapleton, Morgan Wallen, Lainey Wilson. Jelly
I know who
Roll.
I want to be.
Okay. Let me guess. You want Lainey Wilson?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably. But see, I could get behind that. And see, and I feel like Morgan Wallen is another one that he's
Lainey or Morgan. I'd be happy with either one of those.
But I think he's more poised to get ACM Entertainer of the Year the next year because he's about to have this massive tour and his new album is coming out. Mm-hmm. So I think over the next year, it's going to be a big deal. Yeah. Now, see, I could see that because he's just. His concerts are great. He's had lots of big hit songs. People seem to really like him. He's been amazing on American Idol as a mentor. And so, I think that I probably would. I
run with Jelly.
And I love Cody Johnson, and he's a great entertainer. I just don't know if he can overcome the Jelly Roll Lainey Wilson thing right now.
He just doesn't have the star power.
But he does if you've ever seen him.
Yeah. What? Okay.
But
that's fair.
But I know what you're saying. But I agree. I don't know if he can overcome Jelly Roll and Lainey Wilson.
Yeah. I agree.
So if I was going to pick between those, I feel like Jelly Roll is going to get Entertainer of the Year. I really do. So there you go. What do y'all think?
I absolutely.
So predict. 100%. Who do you say?
It's going to be Jelly Roll.
Okay. What do you think?
Yeah, Jelly Roll.
So we all agree it's Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, of course, Peggy wants Chris. Carl says Morgan. Cody says, Cody Bell says, I'm sorry, my bad. Cody or Lainey to win. Nathan Bell says that.
Okay.
Shonda thinks Megan Maroney should be on that list before Kelsey Ballerini. I probably would agree with that.
I would agree with it because Megan Maroney has been more of a force just everywhere. You see her. She's had a lot of big songs. So, I don't know if she's ready to be Entertainer of the Year. But I think she's probably more qualified than Kelsey Ballerini.
I think she's already won the new Female Artist of the Year.
So, she's really good. She might be up there one of these days. All right. How about, we'll coming up this hour, we'll get to the Female Artist of the Year and Male Artist of the Year and see what everybody thinks on that one, too. So, yeah, those are coming up tomorrow. Night.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is KLLL Jeff Mudflap and the Gang.
96.3 KLLL.
Think of your mom for Mother's Day, or maybe even some movies to watch with your mom that aren't horribly awkward. Y'all never forget the time when, well, not a movie, but when Yellowstone first started. I remember my mom had come over, and I was telling her about Yellowstone and how great it was and everything. And so I said, "Oh, you want to watch the first episode?"
I remember this.
And I think it's the first episode.
Yes.
It's the one where Rip and Beth, and it's like it's a very hot scene. And very,
I watched that one.
Yeah, over and over. Yeah, it's so there I am. I'm like, yeah, this is a great show. Watch, yeah, here we go. So we're watching. All of a sudden, that scene comes. I'm like, oh gosh, this is so embarrassing. Oh my gosh. My mom looks at me. She's like, Jeffrey? I was like, well, I forgot about this part. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Michael had that one. It wasn't quite to that level. It wasn't that, but
Right.
it was Pulp Fiction.
right.
Was that was the movie,
Well,
right?
then that's
The first 5 minutes of that apparently is just riddled with, it would be
Riddle me
bleak
this, my
for
friend.
the first 5 minutes if it was on
Yes.
regular television. And she got up. She said, Michael, I know I raised you better than this. And she walked out and went to her room.
Oh.
You know, I had the friend who's one of his best friends. His daughter had gone out to California to be in movies and stuff, and she was an actress, and so I told you this before. And they had a big premiere of her first movie. So my friend Steve and they all went out there. Took a weekend trip. They were going to go see their buddy's daughter, her first movie. They all get in there. The movie comes on, and you can only imagine she wasn't like what I would call a serious actress. But and probably not a lot of speaking parts, but you know, yeah.
No.
And so they're all sitting there, and this guy had no clue that this is what his daughter was doing, and discovered it there with everyone. It was terrible story.
Did his
Surprise.
There's a lot of questions.
Yeah,
there.
well, we don't want to get into that now. But I'm just saying these we do have some movies that might not be embarrassing to watch with your own mother. So those will be coming up. All right. Now,
this
moving
is
on.
kind of embarrassing.
okay.
My girlfriend poked me in both of my eyes.
Oh, you have a girlfriend. That's first of all.
Yeah. Anyway, I stopped seeing her.
That's probably good.
The Dirty Laundry with Colleen.
She's a good girl, and I don't think we really get any dirt on her.
Well, before I start, I want to give a shout out to Selena and Enzo. Have a great day at school.
Hey, y'all. What's
Yep,
up?
yep. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right. So Kenny Chesney's always had an island vibe, and we can credit his close relationship with the late Jimmy Buffett for some of it. But what's really interesting is that it originated with his mother.
Okay.
Kenny's mom instilled in him to approach life that, just roll with the punches.
I think one of the most important lessons that I've learned from my mom is just, no matter what life throws at you, is just to take a step back and a deep breath and just still take life as it comes.
Okay.
Yep.
Good
that's
advice.
Good advice. Thomas Rhett says learns lessons from his wife. Sometimes it takes becoming a parent for us to really appreciate what our own mothers and fathers did for us. That's what's always good. Once they become adults out, they're not living at home anymore, they start appreciating what mom and dad did for them. But definitely when you become a parent, you go, wow. But Thomas Rhett has also marveled at his wife, Lauren, as she has grown into a mother of 4 girls.
It's just special, just getting to watch my wife being a mother. I just watch my wife sometimes. I'm like, I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you do this with such grace. I've said this before, but she's my superhero and somebody that I just get to learn from every day.
Oh,
Absolutely. Moms are the true heroes,
They sure are.
And really, it's not even close. Dads are very important, but moms, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well, Tucker Wetmore will be walking down the red carpet with his mother tomorrow night at the ACM Awards. He's nominated for the new Male Artist of the Year. Sadly, it's already been announced that Zach Top won, I believe, but he is still going. He's so excited that he was nominated. And he just says, I'm taking my mother because I would not be here if it wasn't for her. She pushed me to do so much, to chase my dreams. She's even the one that got me into country music, he says. He said that they've had a fun week. He says, I think she went and got like a pedicure or something. And then he took her to Kendra Scott's and bought a lot of jewelry. So she's going to be in a black dress with a bunch of Kendra Scott jewelry.
Oh,
and he's going to be in a gray suit. And he is just honored to be able to take his mom to the award show.
That's a great son right there.
That's your dirty laundry.
Well, maybe you've got some plans to buy a new handgun for yourself. A lot of times a lot of people just collect guns and things. And so if you're looking for a new gun, Sharpshooter Safe and Gun, that's a great place to go. Maybe you're looking for maybe your first firearm, for home protection. Gosh, these days, you look around the world and it really sometimes makes you go, oh, my gosh, what is happening? But if you'd like to have some home protection, Sharpshooter Safe and Gun can help you out with that. A huge selection of handguns, in addition to hunting rifles, lots of shotguns, plus all the ammo that you could need, and accessories. I mentioned safes, vaults. If you've got already a big weapons collection and you'd like to have those stored safely and securely, which is very important when it comes to firearms, Sharpshooter Safe and Gun can help you find the right one for you. Plus, they also do deliver the safes and vaults as well, because a lot of those big ones, man, they're pretty heavy. So it's nice to know that Sharpshooters will deliver those. And if you just have maybe one handgun for home protection or something, one of the cool things they have is a safe that goes right next to your bed. You can set it right on your bedside table. It actually has a digital clock. It's like an alarm clock right there, built in to the safe, so your handgun can be stored safely and securely right there next to your bed, so it's handy if you should need it. And there's also like a cell phone charger on top. You can put your iPhone right there on top of it and charge it. It's really cool. It's perfect for storing that one handgun and having it right next to your bed for those safety reasons and having it at the ready. So Sharpshooter Safe and Gun, they're on 34th. You got a great knowledgeable staff ready to assist you. Don't forget the bargain bin where everything is 50% off. You'll find that right near the cash register. You do not want to get into Sharpshooters without checking out the bargain bin. That's Sharpshooter Safe Gun on 34.
Jeff Mudflap and the Gang, presented by Bolton Oil Center.
96.3 KLLL.
Man, he sounds just like Morgan Wallen, but he's so good that I kind of get to now where I don't even notice, or I don't care, I guess, because he's really carving out his own thing, as much as he sounds like Morgan Wallen, but he's really good. Speaking of Morgan Wallen, his new album comes out on the 16th, so we're just a little over a week away from that. Coming up Friday, we've got new music, Kenny Chesney and Megan Maroney. Their duet comes out.
You had to be there.
You had to be there. Okay, all right, yeah. So that's coming out. So yeah, great time for music. Let's see here. We got a list of maybe some movies you could watch with your own mother for Mother's Day, and a couple of great ideas for things that you could do for your mom for Mother's Day. If you're stumped on some good ideas, some good gift ideas or something, we got that coming up. Right now, though, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I mean, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you really ready?
Push it, baby.
All right.
All right. Abigail, Turley, Caden, Andrew, Michael Bryant, Marilyn Pinkert, Tara Ramone, Courtney Humphreys, Billy Britton, let's see, Tracy Schofield, Kendra Bilbrey, Margie Tucker, Sheila Griffin, Bryn Hines, Lindsay Wall, Carrie Shiver, Selena Young, Tristan Wilkins, Kevin Payne, Kristen Cook, Ash Cagle, Jesse Sims, Jessica Ray, and Cindy Webb. Happy birthday.
All right, there's your birthday list this morning. Not too shabby there. I think maybe you were ready.
Woo!
I wasn't so sure.
Well, I'm always ready.
You proved me wrong. Weather today, brought to you by Fred Loya Insurance.
Get ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
72 for a high today. Some sunshine. Holy.
Stop it.
I know. That's crazy talk, isn't it? We've had so much rain, but that's been good, though.
We're not complaining about the rain, that's
no,
for sure.
No, not at all. Anyway, sunshine today. A little partly cloudy skies maybe in the afternoon, but a high of 72 right now, 48.
All right. So Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. A lot of times, you like to watch a movie with your mom or something, spend time with her. Here's a list of movies to watch with your mom that shouldn't cause any uncomfortable embarrassment. There's nothing worse than watching a movie with, just your parents in general, and then something comes on and you're just like,